it's Maria Smith, and I'm doing my presentation on week 11 assignment for the nature versus nurture theories, um, and also for the twig article as well by David Norris article, where he validates and touches on the two different theories. Um, so, my view on the life of Eileen is that I have more empathy for her than I would have judgment. Um, and I say that because she was born into a dysfunctional family. So, she was born by a teenage mother, which gave her up for adoption. Also, her father um, was convicted and charged of the rape and killing of a 7 year old. Um, and so when he did have his sentence, um, he committed suicide. So she never fully knew her parents. She was raised by her grandparents along with her brother, which that generational curse came down because her grandfather was also abusive. So I just feel like she never had a chance um, to see anything functional, anything nurturing. It was just abuse after abuse. Um, at the young age of 10 and 11, she was doing sexual activities in the neighborhood. So it was more like a survival mode for her. She would often run away, and the only way that she knew how to provide for herself was to sell herself. Also, her brother and her had a incest relationship, which nobody told him it was the wrong thing to do. They kind of just fend for themselves their whole childhood. When she did become a teenager, she was also um, brought up with that generational curse as a teen mother, which she did give up for adoption. So that's where the nature versus nature comes in again to play. Um, it just goes down to generation of dysfunction. Um, she did uh, leave her house, um, but she never had any love. She never had any affection. So she was a product of her environment, and she just knew the best way to provide for herself coming from that community, which was low income, high crime. So she never knew anything else but that nature. So when she got older, she continued living on the streets, prostituting herself, but she did finally meet love, which led her to become a serial killer for providing favors for men, robbing them so that she could provide for herself and for her lover. Um, and I just feel bad for her because I feel like she never had a chance. The one time that she did have love, she did everything that she could to keep that love around. Um, and the men that she killed were John's, um, and she basically said it was self defense. So, you know, I just have some kind of a spot in my heart for her because I feel like she was just doomed from the very beginning. Um, and I think David also touches on that and he validates those theories, nature versus nurture theories. So, um, and it emphasizes on the hereditary traits, the biological influences, and the environment forces that shape us to become who we are. So she only did what she knew, what she came from. So I feel like maybe if she would have been born from her parents and maybe lived in a better neighborhood, if she was adopted, maybe she would have had a chance at a better life. Um, so Yeah, I think that, she was doomed from the start. She just did what she knew how to do, and David proves those theories, you know. Well, thank you, and that is my presentation.